Okay, we're approximately 1 mile in, and some of you guys saw my picture and encourage you to say something, a little remark, because of what you're seeing. You know, as they say, seeing is believing. I tend to disagree with that statement. Knowing, having evidence to a physical degree, to a physical degree, begins the process of believing. Seeing is not believing, knowing is not believing. When it's a starting point where you can begin, as the scripture said, have faith, because it's only through relationship you can grow to embrace change and trust. Without having the information, without applying the knowledge to the task or the activity, you just become a skeptic. I'm over 50, 58 this month, with previous 280 pounds. To lose that weight, to regain control on my It's Me, it took a combination of multiple factors: diet, sleep, digestion, workout, focus, and those information is what allowed me to move forward and act. The early morning walks are important for your circadian rhythm, for your biological clock, psychological clock, and no one can force it to do this. You gotta become a slave. You gotta become a slave. I know some of you guys may not like that word. However, context is everything. I'm speaking from a Hebraic perspective, not a Western. A slave is one who wills their strength, ability, time to that of another, willingly, unwillingly, under protest. So many different facets. You can become a slave. And just look at your life and see if you are another slave. Slave to sleep, slave to food, slave to work, a slave to addiction, a slave to drugs, a slave to alcohol, a slave to tobacco, a slave to marijuana, a slave to sexual encounters, a slave to whatever it may be, a slave to training, becoming a slave to your body in its to upkeep its mobility and status and look. But from a Hebraic ancient perspective, a slave is one who willingly choose to work under. When Yahweh created Adam, he said, Avodah, Shemach, work and protect. Some translations say dress and keep. Because we are physical beings. Most people would say, well, we're spiritual beings. And to make that statement, you gotta use words, you gotta use breath, you gotta use your person to make that sound. But today we AI, right? Where they say they can give consciousness to an electronic device, the AI, artificial intelligence. Let's start with you. You want to do it, you got to get off your bed. Put one foot in front of the other and do it. Action. Abraham, please Elohim, Yahweh, by his works, because he knew him. He spoke with him as he called him out of his father's land, Ur of the Chaldees, and positioned him in a foreign land where they both will have a relationship. That relationship is based on trust. And trust is only magnified, is only recognized through the ultimate goal of death. That is where trust begins, in dying. And when you die, that is when you become a slave. Ecclesiastes says what? Time is wasted on the youth and on the young. Because biologically, they will fight, they will grow, they will develop, they will adapt. Look at you, where you are to date. Where you are is as a result of your choosing, your position to stand, to move, to work, to go forward. It's all dependent on you. And this trust that is the foundation of anything that you do, will show forth results in a matter of time. Nothing good is quickly achieved. And we see that from creation, right? 6 days he made heaven and earth. And on the 7th, which we are in, he rested. And we took over that mandate to create, however good or bad it may be. But we have a responsibility over our bodies, over our mind, over our intellect. Talk